Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name's Matthew and today we're going to be taking a look at the main three types of ukulele tuner and discussing which may be the best for you. We're going to be comparing tuning pedals, apps on your phone and clip-on tuners as well. And we're going to be breaking them down in three key areas. I'm going to be giving each one a score out of 5 based on their accuracy rating, their affordability and their practicality. And hopefully by the end that will give you some idea of whether you may want to try a different method that you've never tried before, or indeed maybe upgrade and stick with the one you're already using. So without further ado, let's dive right in now and discuss the first and most common way of tuning, the clip-on tuner. So this is my tuner and they all pretty much work the same, but you can pick them up at all different price points. This is quite an expensive one. This cost me around £40–50. It's by Peterson and it's called the Strobo Clip. But you can also pick some up. Brands that spring to mind are Snark. They're quite popular, in the region of £5–10 as well. So it really depends how much you're willing to pay for. But as you go up in the price, you do start to see an increase in accuracy and durability as well, which falls under our practicality category. This one's pretty robust. It's made of quite strong plastics. You might find some of the cheaper ones are a little bit sort of less well built, or maybe slightly cheaper plastic, so if you were to drop it, it may break more easily. That said, of course, these things aren't indestructible, and even at the highest price point, you're still susceptible to breaking them. They're also quite easily lost. They're quite small, and I've had many times where I've been searching around looking for my tuner. But they are really fantastic for practical tuning, because all you do is clip them on there and then you're ready to go. You flip the screen round and then it shows you what to do. Essentially, you will have a string that you want to tune, and this will tell you how sharp or flat that is. Now, most tuners work this way, so this isn't something special to the clip-on tuner, but I really like the fact that you've got the screen right there in front of you in the face, and also the thing is actually touching the instrument. You can't get much closer than that. All of the other things involve some sort of intermediary thing, whether it's a cable or the air, but this is actually on the instrument, so you're getting that real-time tuning feedback on the screen, which is obviously a great plus for the clip-on tuner. For that reason, I'm going to give the clip-on tuner a 4 out of 5 rating for accuracy. That is to say, how close they get to the pitch. Some tuners can be a little bit out, they may not be as well refined, but of course with the proximity of the thing being literally on the instrument, it's really going to receive the best sound possible to give you the best tuning possible. And so yeah, 4 out of 5 for accuracy. That said, they can be susceptible to other vibrations in the room, but generally speaking, they're pretty good at just picking up what your instrument is playing. In terms of affordability, again, I'm going to give them a 4 out of 5 because they come at a range of price points, so you can get what you want to pay for. In terms of practicality, I'm going to give them a 2.5 out of 5. That's right in the middle, because I think that they are fantastic for getting you a good accurate score, a good accurate tune, but at the same time they are easily lost and easily damaged as well. So, you know, they're great once you've got them, but if you can't find them, then you've got to spend ages looking for them. I mean, maybe I should just get better at keeping track of where I've put my tuner. And I've put some affiliate links to some of these products in the description. So if you are interested in seeing what I would recommend, then do check out the links in the description. Next up, we're going to talk about apps on the phone. Now, most of us have got phones or devices, iPads or whatever. If you're watching this, I'm assuming you have access to something like that. And so this makes it quite good in the practicality category, because you don't actually have to buy anything, because there are loads and loads of free tuning apps out there that will just do absolutely fine. They just use your microphone, so you have to be quite close to the instrument, and then like all the other options, there'll be a screen that tells you how close you are to the note and how much you need to tune the pegs by. Having said that, a lot of these apps do have adverts in, so obviously you've got to sort of put up with those. And as well, a lot of them do offer in-app purchases, ways to upgrade to pro plans and things, which you could see as a positive. You know, you've got the opportunity to sort of really customize your app to get the experience that you want. However, some people may say that's a disadvantage as well because you don't get the full package for free. So that does knock the affordability category somewhat. But the main disadvantage is, of course, the fact that it's just using the phone's microphone, and that will pick up absolutely anything in the room, whether it's some traffic outside giving a low rumble vibrating through the house, or someone else talking at a higher pitch. This is going to pick up absolutely everything within range, and that's going to distract from the sound of your ukulele. So in terms of accuracy, yes, the apps are pretty well built, but you've got to ensure that you're in a perfectly quiet room in order to be able to use it the most efficiently and effectively. So there is a bit of a disadvantage in that sense. For that reason, I'm going to give accuracy 2 out of 5. Yes, these apps can be a lifesaver if I've lost my clip-on tuner, coming back to that one. But at the end of the day, nothing beats actually having something physically connected to your instrument, just because otherwise it's going to pick up absolutely every other noise and it's going to take longer, or it's going to be even impossible to tune. In terms of affordability, I'm going to give the app a 4 out of 5. Yes, there are in-app purchases, which means you don't get the full package with the free download, but really all you need is the free package, so you do get a lot for your 0 pence. In terms of practicality, I'm going to give this a 3 out of 5. We all carry our phones around with us, so that does boost the score, but again, I am going to mark it down for that same thing where it's picking up lots of other things. So in terms of a practical tuning solution, it might take a bit longer and is therefore less practical. Do you want to improve your strumming, as well as learn a few fancy cool tips and tricks that will impress your audiences and friends? If so, then look no further than my brand new book, Go Faster. In the book, we go over 21 different strumming techniques. Some aimed at right for beginners who want to learn how to strum. If you maybe can strum but want to improve or sound a little better, then look at some of the intermediate lessons. Or if you're even an advanced player looking for a bit of a challenge, then there's some cool stuff in here as well, all to do with sort of Hawaiian rhythms, flamenco rhythms. Every single lesson is broken down with illustrations and photographs. There are video demos too to demonstrate exactly how everything should look and sound. So what are you waiting for? Earn your ukulele Go Faster stripes now with Go Faster. Here is the third and final tuning solution. This is a tuning pedal, and again there are lots and lots of these on the market at lots of price points. However, because they are sort of specialist pieces of kit, they will cost you a little bit more. I mean, this one was only about 20 or 30 pounds or so. I have seen tuning apps for a lot more in the sort of 70, 80, 90 pounds range, and those tuners at that sort of level will be really specialist. You can tune multiple strings at the same time, maybe different instruments. They'll specialise to different frequencies, loads of cool fancy stuff. But for me, the basic model is more than enough. And this one, you simply plug your ukulele into, and then it goes out of the other side. Now, of course, that's another thing against the affordability, because you'll need 2 cables, one from your uke, if it's even got a jack in the first place, into the tuner, and one out into your amp. So those are really only practical if you are using an amp. But they do have an extra feature in that when you press the pedal, it mutes the signal, so you can tune in peace. Or of course, if you just need a mute pedal, maybe you're changing ukuleles, you need to unplug, plug another one in, doubles up as a mute pedal, even when it's not plugged in. So there must be something physical in here breaking that connection. So you don't need to plug it in order to use it as a mute pedal. But yes, it will need power. You can either plug it into the mains or maybe put it through a phone charger with USB-C connection. This one has anyway. I'm sure all the other ones have similar, if not the same system. So it is a bit more of a specialist piece of kit, this. But this is really great if you've got a pedal board, or like I said, if you're going into an amp and you need something to help you mute as well. So affordability, these are going to be on the slightly lower end of the scale. I'm going to give this a 2 out of 5. Like I said, you can get these at lots of different price points, but if you are considering a tuner and you want to keep your budget relatively low, then this wouldn't be what I would recommend. You need to have a uke with a jack and 2 cables and this and an amp for it to work. So you're probably just better off using the tuner if money is your primary concern. However, in terms of practicality, I'm going to give these a 4 out of 5. For me, personally, I change my ukes around at my shows all the time, so having a mute pedal is fantastic anyway, and the fact that it then gives me that tuner in there as well, for me is just an added bonus. But it also means I don't have to carry around that clip-on tuner that I keep losing, because this just lives on my pedal board. So I've always got this whenever I'm gigging anyway, because I need my other pedals for things. So practicality, that gets a 4 out of 5 for me. And in terms of accuracy, I'm going to give this, I'm torn between a 3 and a 4 star. Maybe I'll do 3.5. It's not as reliable as having something physically clipped onto your instrument. Nothing will beat that. But this is the next best thing because it's still physically connected to your instrument. You've got that cable sending the signal into the input. So there's nothing else to get in the way, nothing else to interfere with it. So it's still going to be pretty reliable and accurate. And like I said, those more expensive tuners that are really, really in depth, they'll obviously be fantastic as well. So yeah, let's call it a 3.5 out of 5. So there we are. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, I do have affiliate links in the description, so if you want to see some recommendations of mine, then do check them out in that description. And while you're down there, you can leave a comment and a thumbs up and give us a subscribe as well. And then you can check out this video right here to see more content just like this one. I'll see you over there.